Hello students, let's do idea of speed, distance and time, exercise 12b. Page number 138. A train 180 meters long. So length of the train is always the distance that we need to consider. Is running at a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. How long will it take? That means we need to find the time. How long will it take to pass a railway signal? So distance to be covered is the length of the train, which is 180 meters. Now the speed of the train is 90 kilometers per hour. Can you see that the uh, speed is in kilometers and the length of the train is in meters? So we have to get them to the same unit. So let's convert speed into meter per second. To convert 90 kilometers per hour into meter per second, there's a simple way. We multiply 90 by 5 by 18. This is the simplest way of doing it. 18 fives are 90. So we just multiply 5 fives are 25. Now my answer is in meter per second. So speed we have converted to 25 meter per second. Now we have been asked to find the time taken and the formula is distance by speed. The distance is 180 meters and the speed is 25 meter per second. So the units are the same now. Now let's divide 180 by 25. So 180 divided by 25. 25 into 7 is 175 minus, so here when I minus I get 5. Now I can carry on with my division by putting a point, carry the point up, putting a 0 and I can bring that 0 down. Now my number is 50, 25 twos are 50 minus, so I have got 7.2 and because it is time and everything is in seconds, meter and seconds, the time also will be in seconds. So the train will take 7.2 seconds to pass a railway signal. Okay, now next question. A train whose length is 150 meters passes a telegraph pole in 10 seconds. Now find the speed of the train in kilometers per hour. Here the units given to us is meter and seconds. So we have to first find the speed of the train in meter per second and then convert it to kilometers per hour. So distance is the length of the train, which is 150 meters. The time is 10 seconds. So the speed will be distance by time. So distance is 150 meters and the time is 10 seconds. So let's divide 150 by 10. Cancel. So we get 15 meters per second. Now the question is, find the speed of the train in kilometers per hour. What we have got now is meter per second. So let's convert 15 meter per second to kilometers per hour. For that we multiply this by 18 by 5. So that is 15 into 18 by 5. This is the easiest way of doing it. 5 threes are 15. Now 18 into 3 is 54. So this is 54 kilometers per hour. So we have found the speed of the train in kilometers per hour to be 54. So that is 54 kilometers per hour. So use the simple way of converting from meter per second to kilometers per hour. Question 3. A train 120 meters long passes a railway station which is also 160 meters long in 14 seconds. How long will it take to pass another platform which is 100 meters long? So first we have to do the first part of the problem, find out the speed and then work with that for the second part. So let's start. Distance covered, this time it will be the length of the train plus the length of the railway station. So the length of the train is 120 meters and the length of the railway station is 160 meters. So when you add that up, 120 plus 160, we get 082, 280 meters. This is the distance covered. Now the time taken is 14 seconds, which is given to us. Now we have to find the speed. Now speed will be distance by time. So distance is 280 meters and time is 14 seconds. So now let's work this out. So that is 280 by 14. We can cancel 14. 2's are 28. So 14 20s will be 280. So the speed is 20, and since the distance is in meters and time is in seconds, speed will be 20 meter per second. So now that we have found this, we can carry on and find out the second part, which is the main part of the question, which says how long. That means the time. They're asking us the time it will take to pass another platform which is 100 meters long. So we have to rework the distance now. So distance this time will be length of the train, which is 120 meters, plus the length of the platform. Now it is the platform, so that is 100 meters. So 120 plus 100 will be 220 meters. Then what is given to us? Speed is already something that we have found. So we have that 20 meter per second. Now we have to find the time, and the formula is distance by speed. So the distance this time is 220 meters. The speed we found out to be 20 meter per second. So now let's calculate this. 220 divided by 20. Cancel. 2 11s are 22. So now it is 11 and the time is in seconds. As you can see, it's meter per second. So the time will be in seconds. So this is our answer. So the question is, how long will it take to pass another platform which is 100 meters long? It will take 11 seconds. Next question. Mr. Amit can walk 8 kilometers in 1 hour 20 minutes. Now they want to know how far he can go in 10 minutes. So first let's find the speed for the first part of the question. So the distance is 8 kilometers. Then the time is 1 hour 20 minutes. 1 hour 20 minutes. So the speed will be in kilometers per hour. Distance is kilometer, time is hour. So the speed will be in kilometer per hour. So in that case, this 20 minutes also should be converted to hours. So let's do that. 1 hour and 20 minutes. We need to convert the whole thing into hours. So 1 hour is 1 plus. Now 20 minutes is how many hours? How much of an hour is 20 minutes? So 20 minutes, we have to convert it to an hour. Now we know 60 minutes make 1 hour, isn't it? Make 1 hour. Therefore, 20 minutes will be 20 divided by 60 of an hour. Okay, so 20 divided by 60, let's cancel. So the zeros I can cancel, then 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. So I get 1 by third of an hour. So let's go back to the top portion of this and add this up. So 1 plus, instead of 20 minutes, I'm going to write 1 by 3. 1 by 3 of an hour, or 1/3 of an hour. Now as you can see, this is fractions. So let's add it up by finding the LCM. LCM is 3. Now let's carry on with our addition. 1 3s are 3. So multiply this also by 3. We get that. Plus 3 1s are 3. So 1 1s are 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4 by 3. So this whole thing is in hours. So now we can use that. So time here is going to be 4 by 3 hours. So now our speed can be in kilometer per hour. So now let's find speed, which is distance by time. Distance is 8 kilometers and time, when we divide it, it becomes again 4 by 3 hours. We are dividing it, isn't it? So now let's put that division in a simpler way. 8 kilometers divided by 4 by 3 hours. Now let's work this out. So 8 divided by 4 by 3. Division of fractions. The first fraction remains the same. Division becomes multiplication. 4 by 3 becomes 3 by 4. Now cancel. 4 2s are 8. So here I have 2 3s are 6 by 1, which is 6. So we have found the speed to be 6 kilometers per hour. So we have found that. So let's start this first part of the question here. The first question is, how far does he go in 10 minutes? So now that we have found speed, we have speed is 6 kilometers per hour. Then we know the time. So speed is 6 kilometers. It's already there. The time is 10 minutes. Okay. Now 10 minutes again, since speed is kilometer per hour and time is 10 minutes, I have to convert the minutes into hours. So let's do that. Let's convert 10 minutes into hours. Now we know that 60 minutes make 1 hour. Therefore, 10 minutes will be 10 by 60. So 10 by 60, let's cancel the zeros. So it becomes 1 by 6. So let's write that here. So time is now 1 by 6 of an hour. And speed is 60 kilometers per hour. Now to find the distance. So the formula for distance is speed into time. Speed we found out to be 6 kilometers per hour and time we found out to be 1 by 6th of an hour. So now this we have to cancel and simplify. So 6 kilometers into 1/6 of an hour. So I can cancel 6 and 6. So what do I have left? Just 1. That means the distance is 1 kilometer. So what is the question? How far does he go in 10 minutes? So he goes 1 kilometer in 10 minutes. So this is the first part of the question. Now the second part, how far does he go in 30 seconds? So here again, we have speed, which is already found out to be 6 kilometers per hour. Then time we have to find for 30 seconds. So the distance now is speed into time. So we have the time is 30 seconds. We need to convert it to hours. Since we've been asked to find how far he goes in 30 seconds, we will leave the time as 30 seconds itself. And we will convert the speed, which is in kilometers per hour, to meter per second so that all the units are the same. And then we will apply this formula. So let's try that. 6 kilometers per hour, when you convert it to meter per second. Now I said there is a simple way of doing it. That is 6 into 5 by 18. 6 into 5 by 18. So now let's cancel this. 6 3s are 18. So here we've got 5 by 3 meter per second. So speed is 5 by 3 meter per second. So kilometer per hour, when we need it, we'll use that. Now since we need seconds, we have converted it to meter per second. Now let's use it. Speed is 5 by 3 meter per second into time is 30 seconds. So let's simplify this. 5 by 3 into 30. Cancel. 3 tens are 30. Now multiply 5 into 10 is 50. So the distance covered in 30 seconds is 50 meters. Go back to the speed and see we have used meters per second. So the distance has to be in meters. So he goes 50 meters in 30 seconds. Next question. How long will it take for him to walk 2,500 meters? So how long means we are talking about time. So, and 2,500 meters is the distance. So distance is 2,500 meters and then speed. Now since we have meter here, let's use the conversion that we did. 5 by 3 meter per second. Now we have to find the time, that is distance by speed. And the distance is 2500 meters divided by the speed, which is 5 by 3 meter per second. Now let's simplify this. 2500 division becomes multiplication. 5 by 3, I write the reciprocal. Now let's cancel what we can. 5 5s are 25. Then I have a 0 and one more 0, so that's 500. Now 500 into 3. First multiply 5 into 3. 5 3s are 15. Then add the two zeros. So the time is 1500 seconds. Now if we have to convert this to minutes, then we have to do a little conversion here. We know that 60 seconds make 1 minute. Therefore, 1500 seconds will be 1500 divided by 60. So let's cancel there. So I have cancelled. I've got 150 by 6. Let me divide 150 by 6. 6 2s are 12 minus 30. 6 5s are 30. So our answer there is 25. So the time taken for him to walk 2500 meters is 1500 seconds or 25 minutes. So this is your answer. So it will take him this long, 1500 seconds or 25 minutes to walk 2500 meters. Next question. Question 2. How long will it take for him to walk 6.5 kilometers? So distance is 6.5 kilometers. Speed is 6 kilometers per hour. We'll use this now. And so the time will be distance by speed, that is 6.5 kilometers divided by 6 kilometers per hour. Now let's simplify this. 6.5 divided by 6. Let's convert both to whole numbers. So I multiply this by 10 and this also by 10. So now I get 65 and 6 to 10 is 60. Now this is in hours. Now if we have to convert this to minutes, we have to multiply this by 60. So 65 by 60 into 60. Why into 60? Because 60 minutes make 1 hour. Now I can cancel this 60 and this 60. So what I have now is 65 minutes. So we have 65 minutes. 65 minutes is 1 hour and 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So it takes 1 hour and 5 minutes for him to walk 6.5 kilometers. Next question, which is greater? A speed of 45 kilometers per hour or 12.25 meter per second, which is greater? Now, since both are different units, let's convert them to the same units and then we can make out. So 45 kilometers per hour, I'm going to convert it to meter per second by multiplying it by 5 by 18. So let's multiply that. 45 into 5 by 18. 9 2s are 18, 9 5s are 45. So this is 5 5s are 25 by 2. Now let's divide that 25 by 2 and see what we get. 2 1s are 2 minus 5. 2 2s are 4 minus 1. I'm going to carry on with my division. I'll put a point here which I carry up and a 0. So now it's 10. 2 5s are 10. So now I've got 12.5. So 45 kilometers per hour has now become 12.5 meter per second. And the other one is 12.525 meter per second. So we can clearly make out that 45 kilometers per hour is greater than 12.25 meter per second. Meter per second. As you can see, 45 kilometers per hour, we converted it and we got 12.5. And 12.5 is greater than 12.25. So 45 kilometers per hour is greater. The second part of the question is, how much is the distance traveled by each in 2 seconds? Okay, so how much is the distance traveled by 12.5 meter per second is the first portion. So we need to write speed. This is for the first part. We need to write speed is 12.5 meters per second. Then we have time is 2 seconds. Now we have to find the distance. Distance is speed into time. Speed into time. And speed we know is 12.5 meters per second. And time is 2 seconds. So let's multiply these two and see. 12.5 into 2. Okay, so we're ignoring the point now and multiplying, and later we'll put back the point. So it becomes 2 5s are 10, carry 1, 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5, 2 1s are 2. So put back the point, that's 25. So here the answer is 25, and what is the unit? Meter, because everything else is in meter per second. So we found out the distance traveled by the first portion, that is 45 kilometers per hour. It's 25 meters. Now let's find the distance traveled with the other portion, that is 12.25 meter per second. So same way, the speed is, this time in this case it's 12.25 meter per second. The time is the same, that is 2 seconds, and distance is speed into time. Speed is 12.25 meter per second and time is 2 seconds. So let's multiply 12.25 into 2. So we're going to ignore the point and multiply. So 2 5s are 10, carry 1, 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5, 2 2s are 4, then 2 1s are 2, put back the point, 24.50. So that is the distance, 24.50 meters. So the question is, how much is the distance traveled by each in 2 seconds? The distance traveled by each in 2 seconds is 25 meters and 24.50 meters. Next question. A and B start from the same point and at the same time with speeds of 15 kilometers per hour and 12 kilometers per hour respectively. Find the distance between A and B after 6 hours if both move first in the same direction and second the opposite directions. So, distance between A and B moving in the same direction, first we are checking this, will be the difference between the distances covered by A and B. So if they're moving the same direction, you must subtract the distances. If they're moving in the opposite directions, you have to add the distances. So now we're going to find the distance moved by A and then the distance moved by B and then subtract the two distances. So distance run by A in 6 hours is speed into time. So what is the speed? Speed is given to us 15 kilometers per hour. So let's write that 15 kilometers per hour. The time is given as 6 hours. So into 6 hours. Now if we multiply these, we will get our distance. The distance run by A. Distance covered by A. So 15 into that is 90. 15 into 6 is 90 kilometers. So this is the distance run by A. Now similarly, we must find the distance run by B. So distance run by B, again the formula is speed into time. The speed is given here in the question as 12 kilometers per hour. And the time is the same, 6 hours. So 12 6s are 72. So again it is kilometers. So now we have found the distance run by A and B. Now because they're moving in the same direction, to find the distance here we have to subtract. The distance between A and B after 6 hours we need to subtract. So the distance between A and B moving in the same direction will be 90 kilometers minus 72 kilometers. So if they're moving in the same direction, subtract. If they're moving the opposite directions, add. So let's subtract 90 and 72. 90 minus 72. Let's borrow. Here it's 8. Here it's 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 minus 7 is 1. So the distance between A and B moving in the same direction will be 18 kilometers. Now we have to find the distance between A and B moving the opposite direction. So here we have to add. We have to find the distance covered by A, the distance covered by B, and add. Now the distance run by A in 6 hours, we found out it is 90 kilometers. And then we found the distance run by B in 6 hours to be 72 kilometers. Since they are running in the opposite directions, we have to add their distances. So here distance between A and B moving in the opposite direction will be 90 kilometers plus 72 kilometers. Let's add up 90 and 72. 9 plus 7 is 16, so that's 162. So the answer here is 162 kilometers. So this is the distance between A and B when they move in opposite directions. So we've got our answer here, 162 kilometers. So children, will stop with this for now and we'll continue with the remaining questions in our next video. Thank you, children.